Right, so welcome back to my office, and today is another day with a car. Anyway, as I have mentioned in other videos, I've got the Fusso Coat on my car, and I've used enough of this now. He says prying open the lid, there we go. You can just about see inside. There's a little bit of an edge forming. I have managed to dig down into it sufficiently. It's only taken probably about 2 years of infrequent applications to get down into there. It's good stuff. So yeah, then on occasion I will use the raindrop tornado vortex, mainly because sort of pull that back. It's good fun. It does also work. It's really quite nifty. But on occasion, I do think it is a wax. It's not a ceramic coating. So on occasion, we'll just kind of beef it back up. I do have the speed and barrier, which by all accounts is basically a liquid form of the wax itself. So obviously, it's for a spray sealant, it's pretty resilient, but obviously it doesn't have the longevity of the actual Fusso Coat itself. And since I thought I was going to go sort of Japanese, may as well. Local detail shop had a bottle of this in, not horrendously expensive. It is their Creamy Coat, their Creamy Shampoo, sorry, with, from what Japanese I do remember, no wax and no compounds. Does apparently promise to be completely safe, and it creates a thick and abundant foam. Now the question I have is, do have some bugs and things. Can I bump this up just to make it successful as a pre-wash as well? I've used shampoos in the past as pre-wash. Don't know. Let's go find out. So maybe just this and a couple of other things. And this is today's target. All right. I'll see you down in the utility room for getting ready. Right, all done. Finished the car. Lovely and shiny again. Very, very slick. Yes, slightly disappointed with this. It did promise thick and creamy stuff. Through the foam cannon, it was a bit watery. The pre-wash version was quite watery. I did chuck in, as you saw, a little bit of the built amber Surf X just to give it a little bite. It did work. Did take off quite a bit actually of the sort of road dust and stuff I gathered on my trip north to Scotland and down to Cotswolds. So sort of a 700-ish round trip. Yeah, it did work. It did foam up in the bucket quite nicely. Adding some on, yeah, it worked out. To be honest, the thing that I did enjoy, it was quite slick. It was quite a slick experience. No strong smells, nice and slick. Did the job. I was actually using a new wash pad. It's the Microfiber XL Washpad from Gliptone. I will chuck a link down below. They've recently expanded their shop. They do have a shop. It's in Ellesmere Port over in, over near the coast in Cheshire. They've recently opened up a shop, so they got some other stuff in there, a little bit of Car Pro, Built Amber, Performance PPL, I think. So if you're in the Ellesmere Port area, lovely shop to go to visit, and the guys there are brilliant. So yeah, I was over there a while ago, picked up some bits and pieces which I may use in a future video, but for this time around, just thought I'd give the wash pad a try. Quite large, quite stiff, but then I don't think I've really sort of properly broken it in yet, so give it another couple of runs out and see before I can kind of make a full informed opinion on the thing. Once I've broken it in, we'll see. But yeah, it was quite large. It's bigger than the Yum pad, quite large, quite useful, and it worked. Hey, anyway, as you probably saw from the video with the speed and barrier, it's like anything Japanese. You have to follow the instructions. I have tried this before by spraying it onto an applicator and then wiping it on, then buffing off. No end of problems with that approach. It was streaking, there was high spots, it was a pain. The instructions are very, very simple. Spray on and immediately buff or immediately wipe, which, as you saw, I did. And first towel spreads it around the surface and begins to kind of wipe it off. The second towel finishes the job. You don't actually get any kind of slickness until the second towel. It was noticeably slick once I was kind of buffing it off with the second towel. The first towel obviously is getting sort of picking this up and getting saturated. So by the end of the current, it was actually noticeably moist, shall we say. But the second towel was nice and dry, and it was really, really slick. I went back sort of an hour later. It's fantastically slick. So it's done its job. So that'll keep it going now for probably another few washes, and then top with that again, and then probably November-ish, maybe. We'll come back with that and get it ready for Christmas. Well, ready for the winter season anyway. Yeah, this stuff, it was fine. I enjoyed using it. I've got a litres worth. It wasn't horrendously expensive, so I'll use it again. All right, guys. Thank you very much, wherever you are. I hope you're well. See you on the next one.
Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video. Thank you.